Hey guys, my name's PHP Gator, and welcome to Satisfactory. I am new to this, and been playing some Satisfactory for a little bit, but don't have a whole lot of experience with the game. I know that as soon as Satisfactory 1.0 comes out, I'm wanting to, I'm wanting to get started with posting some videos and stuff for you guys, so get it up on my channel and things. So. Really my goal is I'm calling this a preseason because we've got a few weeks before 1.0 comes out, and my goal is just to see how far I can get and get a little practice in, kind of figure out what I want to do with the game once it officially releases. So, whoa. Take care of these guys here. So I pretty much know where I want to build here. I'm trying to find a place that provides a lot of resources, so I'm not too worried about that right out of the gate. This is probably not where I will build in the 1.0. Wow, I'm not doing very good here. As you can see, I'm a little rusty here.
Might shed light on how to increase chances of survival. A new research tree can now be accessed in the map.
So I'm building in the northern forest here. It's a lot of resources here, so I'm not going to have to spend a whole lot of time searching for them. Figure by the time I use up these here, 1.0 will be released by that point. That way I've got a nice clean palette to work from. So what I'd really like to do is kind of show what I do at the very beginning of my builds, kind of get everything going. I think that seems to be missing on YouTube quite a bit. I figure there will be a lot of new players coming in to Satisfactory, and I just kind of want to show how I get started. Not that it's necessarily the right way, but maybe it'll help somebody out there. Alright, so what we can see here is that we've got 3 iron nodes there, one behind me. And there's a copper node right over there. There's a pure limestone node there. And there's also one on the other side of this hill over here, which I will probably eventually need to use. So a lot of resources right here to get us started. So I've pretty much cleared everything out for the most part. I need to do a little bit more cleaning up over there. But I've got a nice area to work at. Or work from, rather. So objective 1, I want to get my hub down, and want to also get the starter factories down. So really, I guess it's a starter factory, I should say. Really, it's just getting my iron plates, iron rods, concrete, and copper wire going. The objective is I want to unlock most of tier 1 right out of the gate pretty much. So I want to get some of these items. As you can see, I'm going to need quite a bit of concrete, plates, rods, all those things. So I'm going to get that going real quick. Pretty simple layout here. There's not going to be anything special about this. All I'm doing, so I've got a miner going into a smelter, going into a constructor, going into some storage. I'm just going to connect those with Mark 1 belts. I think starting out, you're not too worried about leaving space for a lot of things. You're going to rebuild everything anyway. I do know that one of the things that I want to do, it's just frustrating having to go get leaves and stuff all the time. So one of the things I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put down a couple of biomass burners here. And since I started on unlock mode, I can go ahead and create biomass with some of those leaves that I picked up on the way over here. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time crafting this, and hopefully only have to do this a few times before I get to automating this process, and then eventually getting to coal power. Alright, so did as much as I could here. That'll keep me going for a little bit. So what I'm going to do is make sure these are loaded up with biomass, including those that are built right in the burners that are including those biomass burners that are built right into the hub. So let's make sure those are connected. Extend power over here. I'm going to try to minimize the number of poles here that I use for now until I get foundations. I think minimizing this helps keep things as clean as possible, and we know that we're going to be deleting those eventually anyway, so the less we have of them, easier it is to kind of keep everything powered up. Okay, let's make sure that we set that to iron, and we'll set that to iron plates. Okay, so we've got iron plates going. I need to do the same thing with iron rods. Okay, got enough rods to get us going here, I think. Go. Gotta make sure this is set to iron again, and this is set to rods this time. Alright, going straight into storage. Okay, I think I want to get the concrete going next. I know I'll need wire soon, but there's always a lack of concrete, so I want to get that going as soon as possible. Also, as things are being automated, I want to go ahead and pull that out and use those resources. I know plates are going to be going fast, so I've only got 83 right now in my inventory. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here, and we're just going to set up another smelter and a constructor coming into storage down here, so I don't have to run all the way up there every time. I like to try to keep my storage pretty easily accessible. Right now it's going to be all over the place. Again, we're going to kind of clean things up as we go here. Constructor going. Set that to concrete. We will need power up here. Notice there's only three. Power, or there's already 3 power lines going into that. You know, want to add another one so that I can keep extending that. Otherwise, it's going to become a pain. We won't have enough poles to place wires on. What I want to do is extend that down here, and then we will set up another storage container here in a second. We're running out of rods again. Luckily I got those automated. Let me come over here and get that. I should have enough to at least make a storage box. That up. Yeah, not the prettiest. Just need to get that going so that we can keep the concrete coming. Alright, so right now we've got the items going that are going to be automated. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and store all the biomass that I have. And I'm a believer in, you know, not handcrafting unless you need to. So this game is about automation, so I don't want to just handcraft those things unless I just absolutely have to. Right now it seems to be going pretty well. This frees me up a little bit of time for exploration, or I can go and gather some more leaves and wood. I know that I'll need that later on, so I think that's what I'm going to do right now. I will note that once we unlock the obstacle clearing, man, this gets so much easier to clear things out. Right now I'm having to hit E on my keyboard over and over and over again, pick up some of these leaves and things. Obstacle clearing makes this process so much easier, and you don't leave little pieces behind like that. Alright, so I've pretty well cleared that. See, I've got quite a few more leaves here. I think what I want to do now is, as this is continuing to craft some of these items, is I want to get copper going, specifically wire. I know that's going to be coming soon. If we can get a line going of that, I know that we'll be in good shape to unlock some of this, well, actual logistics right here. I've got enough right now, but that's going to go pretty quickly, so I definitely want to create a line for that. I've just got a copper node right over there that's going to take care of that. Another little tip here, just to make sure that you have everything that you need. I know using their system or their planning system in Satisfactory makes this a lot easier. So I know that I'm going to need a Mark 1 miner, smelter, constructor, and a storage box. So right out of the gate I can see over on the right side of my screen there that I'm missing a little bit of cable. So I can come over here and craft everything that I'm going to need for that. I'm just going to craft a little bit of extra, because I know I'm also going to have to run some power over there, which is going to take a little bit of this. Okay. And of course grab some little bit of concrete too. Alright, so now I can come over here and build this line here. Another little tip, as you get rid of these top nodes, you know, it's going to put that in your inventory. You can keep it, but I feel like it just adds up space. And if you just throw it on the ground, it's going to stay there. So the best thing I think to do is that whenever you're building these Mark 1 miners, just go ahead and drop the resource back into there, and that way you're not holding it in your inventory. Alright, same process as before. Miner to smelter, set that to copper, and smelter to constructor. Connect that. We're going to set that to wire, and then we're going to have that go into a storage container for us. We can go ahead and set that milestone so we can see how close we're getting. Now, I think I'm pretty much going to go in order. I think Satisfactory, especially early on, does a good job of pretty much telling you what things you should focus on. So this right here is telling me I need to get concrete going, I need to get my iron plates going, I need to get my rods going, which I do. So I'm going to go ahead and select that milestone. And then I'm just going to drop in everything that I've got so I can kind of see where we're at. Alright, so I am good on iron plates. I need a few more rods, and I need quite a bit of concrete. Hence why we got that going so early, because I knew we were going to need it. Okay, looks like I've got enough rods. And let's see how we're doing on concrete over here. Probably not enough, more than likely. Nope. Oh, nope. Okay. So, what I can probably do in the meantime is, let's see what's next past this. Okay, we've got wire going. The next thing past that is screws. While we're still waiting on the concrete to be built, I think it's important that you just keep making progress somehow. In this case, I could, again, go get more leaves, go get more wood, but I think what I want to do right now is actually get screws going. So I'm going to go ahead and use this node here, and I'm going to use the to-do list feature to ensure that I've got all the resources I need to be able to build this line here. So I know I'm going to need a Mark 1 miner, going into a smelter, going into a constructor, and from there going into a storage container. Alright, I can see over on my right side of my screen I'm missing a portable miner. So to get one of those, we're going to go to the equipment workshop, and And we'll craft, I'm going to go ahead and craft a couple because I know we're going to have to add more miners. Alright, you could leave that equipment workshop if you want. For me, I just like to keep things clean as much as possible. So, alright, looks like I've got the resources. I'm just going to kind of keep it at the same angle as the rods are going over there. So we got the miner going into the smelter, going into the constructor. Again, I'm not too worried about clipping right now. All this is going to be deleted here in a little bit. Set that to iron. Again, we'll drop in our resources that we've already collected up to this point, and then we're going to set that to screws. Future Gator here. Realized that I made a big mistake here. We need 2 constructors. We need one for rods, one for screws, to be able to actually make screws. This is not going to be near enough for what we're going to need, but let's at least let us get going here. Alright, we need to connect power. So bring one line over here. And get all those machines working. So now we've got screws being produced. Bean, what are you doing? Again, while I'm continuing to wait, I think I will go grab even more leaves and wood, but I'm going to use my personal storage here to leave everything that I've pretty much collected up to this point. That way I've got plenty of space to collect more while I fill up my inventory. Hopefully by the time I'm back, that concrete will be done and ready to go. Alright, so as you can see, based on my inventory, I did quite a bit of gathering of leaves and all the wood that I can find. At this point, we're just going to store it, and we're going to see how much concrete we have, see if we can do a little bit of researching. We want to get this base building out of the way. Just enough, just enough. Maybe a little bit more than enough, but perfect. Alright, we'll send it up.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first
cool
needed
animation.
to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Alright, next up is logistics. Now this is where we can really start making a dent in crafting some of these resources, so I want to get this unlocked as soon as possible too. Let's store as much as we can. Leaves, it'll clear up our inventory quite a bit. I'm just going to go around and collect everything that we've crafted up to this point. Just going to check how our biomass is going here. Looks like we're doing okay. Probably want to go ahead and top that off. Factory is not running. We aren't making any parts. That's important to remember. So gotta keep it going. And let's see if we got enough. Let's see what we got here. Yes, we do. So now I've got logistics unlocked, which allows us to use splitters and mergers
Milestone
and
reached. Conveyor belts can now
improve our
merge,
factories.
split, and lift to increase the
Yeah, that's
complexity
exactly
and
what I was about to say.
productivity
Thank you,
dis-
David. All right. With that unlocked, let's see how many screws or plates we've got. We're doing okay there. I could use a few more, and definitely concrete is always going to be a problem, at least for a little bit. So what I want to do, I think I want to expand those right out of the gate, and what I want to do is get everything up off the ground as soon as possible too. You know, nothing looks organized right now. It's not organized, and so I want to kind of lift everything up, put it on a foundation. Just gonna make everything feel cleaner, and the logistics of the factory is gonna feel a lot better. We're actually gonna be able to utilize all of the iron we're pulling out of here eventually. You know, right now we've only got 60 We can only carry 60 items on the belt, so not going to be able to get the full capacity out yet of those pure nodes, but we will eventually once we get to Mark II. But we want to do the best we can for right now. So let me get concrete going, and we will get iron going a little bit more efficiently than we are currently. While I'm building, I like to use 2-meter foundations. I think it just looks cleaner. And then I'm holding down in control to make sure that I'm snapping to the world grid. There's a lot of videos on the world grid on YouTube. If you're curious on why this might be important, I encourage you to check some of those other videos here. But now I'm going to start building everything on the foundations. Alright, so right now not everything is powered up, but what you can see here is a little bit more efficient now. So I've got iron ore coming out. Right now just Mark I belt, so there's 60 iron ore coming out. It's being split, going into 2 smelters. Both of these need to be set to iron ingots. From there, both of these are coming out at 30 iron ingots per minute and going straight into a constructor making iron plates, which gives us 20 iron plates per minute per constructor. So we got 40, which means I can merge those back in. This one belt here is carrying 40 metal plates going straight into a storage container. When it comes to the power for the factories, I like to bring in a pole for each machine. I think it just keeps it cleaner. And then I like to use the grid that the foundation offers to kind of keep things organized. So it doesn't necessarily have to be right on point, but right here I like to try to keep it somewhat organized here. At this point, unlike what I did not do with the screws line, I need to double check, make sure everything is green, that it's actually producing as it should. I didn't forget anything, so it looks like everything's working as it should. Nothing's backed up, and we're good to go there. Next up, need to do the same thing for concrete. For concrete's case here, what I need to do is just, it doesn't go into a smelter. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and send it to 3 constructors. So I'm going to have to move those constructors down here, a little closer to the rest of everything, and then just bring the belt to those, and then that'll help me produce concrete just a little bit faster than I am right now. Okay, so what I've got right now is I've got the 60 line, the Mark I belt coming down. I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 constructors right here to produce concrete. I know that I'm not getting the full capacity out of those or what they're capable of. Hopefully I get the Mark II belt, and then we may underclock one just a little bit to be as efficient as possible. But right now I'm just going to kind of build for the future, so I'm going to go ahead and put in an extra splitter here and here. Put those right in the middle of the foundation so that I can just come in. I'm going to add 3 constructors. Okay, connect those up. The other side we're going to go ahead and merge, send that all to one container. Two back, and I can turn to make that a nice 90-degree angle. Okay, let's go ahead and set these to concrete. It's not producing anything until we give it power. So what we're going to do is come up here, bring in a power pole. And towards the back of the constructor, I know it's closest to the power connection. I think it just looks a little bit nicer. And of course, right now we took away the power up there to our miner, so we will give that back to the miner so it's producing again. And then over here at the concrete, we have a 60 line coming down. I know I have 3 constructors here. They are not efficient at all, but I'm hoping to eventually bring that line in as 120, and then we'll be utilizing all 3 constructors a little bit more efficiently. I'll probably have to underclock this last one slightly to make it completely efficient. Alright, but we're definitely producing more concrete than we were previously. Let's come over here and see what we need to unlock next. Looks like field research. Okay, looks like I need wire, screws, and plates. Took me a little bit to get the concrete going. Made a couple of mistakes and had to redo it. Didn't have it lined up correctly and things. So part of the game, right? So I've got plenty of plates, I think now. Gonna need some additional screws, and we're good on wire. So let's see how many screws we've got. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we got plenty. All right. Unlocked
The map
field
has been
research. So right now, looking at the parts, so I hit O on my keyboard to bring this up. Right now, I want to see what I've got automated, and obviously I'm missing reinforced iron plates and cable. I think I need to get cable going next. So that's the next thing I'm going to work on. I want to make sure again that I'm kind of lifting everything up, just kind of improving the efficiency of the factory at this point. So I'm going to come over here, grab all the concrete that I can. I don't have a lot right now. See how many plates I've got. I've got quite a few on me still. Okay, well, let's get the copper going a little bit more efficiently than we are right now. Right now we're just producing wire. We need that cable as well. Alright, just want to show you guys what I did with the copper line here. So what I did is I've got a miner up there. It's bringing 60 copper ore down. It's being split into 2 smelters. All 4 of these constructors right here are creating wire. 2 of them are going straight into storage containers, so I've got plenty of wire coming out. The other 2 are going into another constructor, a 60 line. This constructor can handle 60, and then it produces 30 cable per minute, and that's going into its own storage container. I know right now I'm just about out of power. I've only got a couple of biomass burners going, so I'm probably going to need to improve that. Again, I'm trying to get everything up on a foundation, so it's really important to me that things start looking a little bit more organized. We keep improving upon that, in the factory, so things keep looking better as we go along. Right now it's looking pretty messy still, but it'll get better. This looks a lot better than it did before, and we'll get those biomass burners up on some foundations and maybe add a couple more. Alright, so here's what I've done. I've moved those biomass burners up onto the foundation, added a couple of spots here. Now I've got 6 of them going. Issue is now I'm starting to burn through a lot of the biomass coming up, so really I need to upgrade to biofuel as soon as I can. Still got quite a few leaves and stuff, but I want to go ahead and also get that automated so that creating the biomass efficiently. I'm going to automate that whole process as soon as I get to obstacle clearing. But again, I want to kind of go in order here, so let's see what we've got next. We should be able to knock out the part assembly, which will allow us to create copper sheets, rotors, smart plates, those kinds of things, and also automate reinforced plates as well. So that's kind of the next big milestone before we get to obstacle clearing. Let's see how we're doing on resources here. So I'm just short on cable. I've got that automated over here. I bet I'm close to having enough. after upgrading that power, should be close to having plenty. Very close. Very close. Too short. Just walk back over here. You know, if you're spending a lot of time handcrafting, you know, just don't feel like you're playing the game the way that's meant to be played. The goal is to automate as much as you can. So, yeah, I could have just handcrafted a couple of cable and put that in there, but that's defeating the purpose, right? All right, let's get that sent off. I don't feel like I'm ready to start making reinforced plates yet. I think really I want to get to this obstacle clearing first. So at about 6 minutes, pod will be back, and hopefully by then we'll be close to having enough resources to go ahead and unlock this as well. Well, while I'm sitting here waiting for some of the resources to be automated, I think what I want to do is go ahead and clean up this line here and pretty much get all of the iron rods and screws being pulled in from one line. I don't really need two pure nodes at this stage of the game. You know, crafting rods and screws. I can't get the full amount of production out of that I want to anyway, so I'm going to delete all of this and redo it from one line, probably this closest one here. Alright guys, got that part done. Here's what I got to show for you. I got this miner over here. It's producing 60 ore per minute. From there it's going into 2 different smelters. Each smelter is going to 2 different constructors that are producing rods. So out is coming 30, and then these each take in 15 ingots, and then it'll produce 15 rods. These 2 are going straight into a box since we're going to need rods for other things. Oh gosh. Let's back up here. Okay, this one right here is doing something a little different. So it's merging in, so out of this merger is coming 30 rods, and then I'm splitting that back out 3 ways because these constructors only need 10 rods each to produce 40 screws. I don't have a big enough line to handle more than 60 right now, so those are going straight into a storage container, as I know I'm going to need plenty of screws later on. So I might as well maximize that while I can. Alright, over here, you know, obviously I've got everything pretty much on foundations at this point. I'm going to bring this up. I'm just going to kind of start filling this area in. The plan currently is that I need to, probably number 1, I still need to get the biofuel going. So that's hopefully one of the next things that I unlock. I'm going to take a look at that. But the plan here is eventually to lift up the factory and probably build on both sides here, up and maybe over. So it's going to be kind of a taller factory. And we're going to bring all these resources up eventually. Right now, I'm just creating enough parts and things that I've got stuff to build with. Right now, got pretty good production going, but I need to continue to unlock a few things before I get the real factory going, or at least a mini factory in Satisfactory terms. So that's currently the plan right now. Let's see what we've got as far as unlocking things. Where are we at? So obstacle clearing, I've got plenty of screws, got plenty of cable, and plenty of concrete at this point. So let's go ahead and unlock that. And so yeah, I think the next thing I will do is get the biofuel going, craft a chainsaw, and start clearing out some of these trees that are closest to me, and hopefully keep the biomass burners going as long as I can. Alright, so here's the next step. So this is my solid biofuel factory here, I guess you could say. So I've got two storage containers. This one right here will be leaves. This one right here will be wood. That's going into constructors there, one each. And then this one right here is turning leaves into biomass, and this one right here is turning wood into biomass. That's going into another constructor, creating biofuel, merging together, and going into a box, so that I'm not sitting over here handcrafting solid biofuel all day. So right now my plan is to let this factory work just a little bit and try to get ahead a little bit on the solid biofuel, so that I can be a little bit more efficient on the biomass burners over there. Right now everything's going pretty well. I can't say that's looking really organized. I think once I get that done, I will probably I need to raise this, get it all up on a platform, and then from there I think I need to start getting some of the reinforced plates going, as well as rotors and some of those things, so that I can increase production even further. This is what it looks like before. Alright, here's pretty well the after. So I took out a lot of the trees close by, kind of clearing out the area for a larger factory eventually, and came pretty close to filling up my inventory. It's going to last us a while here. See, I got more leaves than I can even put in there, so I'll probably have to store those for a little bit. Got some wood. It's going to keep us going for a little bit here. Let's see what else I need to unlock. Let's keep moving. Jump pads. Man, I don't know if I really need that. Also requires rotors, which I don't have going yet. I think I'm going to skip that one and go ahead and go to the sync program. We'll go ahead and knock that out. So I was kind of thinking about it. There's just not a lot of room out here unless I just start building off in the middle of nowhere. I'd rather save this space for a larger factory. So I think what I'm going to do is use one of these hilltops here, probably this one right over here, to be my central storage for right now, and then I'm going to build off of that with assemblers, things like that, to produce rotors and the reinforced iron plates. So I'm going to build and take a lot of these storage containers up there and move a lot of these belts up that way. Well, as I'm working on this, and you can see the start that I have now, I want to fill all this in. I need a lot of concrete. I don't have near enough concrete production, and so I really need Mark II belts. Come over here and look. In order to get there, I've got to have 50 reinforced iron plates. Yes, I could just manually craft that, but again, it's not what this game's about. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a temporary setup. I've got my screws right here, my iron plates right here, pretty close together, so really I don't have to go very far. This is again a very temporary setup. But I think I'm going to set up an assembler right here, just producing the reinforced iron plates. Again, eventually my plan is to move the assemblers up here and move all my resources and storage up there. So kind of get a fresh start, but also have all my crafting materials in one place. Or I should say building materials. Alright, so here we go. Got the assembler going. Automatically producing reinforced iron plates. Just need to put a storage container here temporarily. So that is automated. Not exactly the way I want it, but you know, gets us moving in the right direction. All right, guys, I think I'm going to stop the episode right there. Next time we come back, I will try to get some of our assemblers going, get rotors, get some of our reinforced iron plates going. This is just our start. What I think this allows us to do is get the items we need to continue to build. I need to continue to increase production. Definitely need to increase the amount of concrete we have so we can build more foundations and build better factories than what we currently see here. But this is a great start, I think. This is about, I'd say maybe 2 hours of gameplay here, so not too long. This was a quick build here, but I wanted to kind of show my progress and how I get started, and kind of my philosophy on playing Satisfactory. I think the amazing thing about this game is that everybody plays it just a little bit different, and yeah, no two factories are the same, and people's approaches are always a little bit different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe and like the video. It's going to help me out a lot as I'm just getting started out on YouTube. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch if you're still here. Thank you.